Upstairs, downstairs, An Object of Value, Part 1, production number 1510, take 1.
What's this one? At. You be quiet. This?
Mat.
Good. That one?
Bat.
Bats in a belfry, eh, Ruby?
Pay no attention.
Hat.
Very good.
Sat.
It's raining sats and dogs.
Ed, what are they doing down here? Well, I was just putting them to use, Miss Roberts, since they're a bit advanced for the baby as yet.
Well, they belong in the nursery. You can't bring them down yet. Take them back this minute.
Who's she giving orders to?
She thinks she's in charge of the Rose and Mr. Hudson at memorial service.
Not anymore, she isn't.
Well, would you like to lean on me?
Thank you, Richard. I can manage. How's your breathing?
Watkins drove too fast.
Better.
You must speak to him.
Much too fast.
Well, come on. I'll get you some brandy, Mabel.
Thank you. That's better. Oh, dear, I am glad it's all over.
You were wonderful.
Thank you, darling. I could never have borne it without you all.
It was a lovely service.
It was really stuffy.
Yes, it went very well.
Humid weather, of course.
The tributes were particularly good.
Robert Crewe was very good. Droned on a bit. Who on earth asked that dreadful man Gray to speak for the Liberals? Was that your idea, Richard?
It was discussed at great length, Mabel, dear, and it was voted that Walter's stature was beyond ordinary party politics. Sir Edward did make that point.
Well, I don't think your father would have liked it.
Yes, he would, Mother. He'd have been delighted at the compliment. What one found most impressive was the grief shown by the common people. So many of them openly weeping. Would you like a rug, Lady Southwold?
No, thank you, Hodges.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, there's a smoke sticking out of one of the wheels in the pram, and the wheels won't go round.
Well, I don't want it. Now get it out of here.
Oh, you've got to mend it.
Who said so?
Oh, somebody's got to. Miss Elizabeth and the babe will be back from the seaside in a few days' time, and I'll get into trouble.
All right, yes, all right. Well, later, not now. Leave it. Not here, get it outside.
Oh, you won't forget.
No, I won't forget now.
Gosh me, what's the matter?
Nothing. Ta-da.
Oh, what's going on?
Nothing. Here. Here, hang on a minute. You make yourself useful as you're here. Give me a bottle of wine, will you?
We're from the wine merchant.
We silly, you know where from the cellar.
Oh, you mean steal it?
It's not a crown jewels, it's a bottle of wine. Nobody's going to miss it.
Mr. Hudson will. He enters all the wine that's drunk down in a special book.
Well, look, here. You enter it in a book, too. You can copy his writing, can you?
I'm on to get in the wine cellar, eh? There's only two people got a key, Mr. Bellamy and Mr. Hudson.
You borrow Mr. Hudson's key.
I'm not going to do that.
But where's he keep his key? In his coat, right? Where's he keep his coat? In the servants' hall. So you pick a moment, right? Get the key, into the wine cellar, get the wine, put it in the book, put the key back, you're back here in less than 5 minutes.
No. Sorry, Thomas, I won't.
What do you mean?
I won't. One thing, I don't like being taken for granted. And for another, if I'm going to lose my job, I might as well lose it for something worthwhile. Not for a bottle of wine, so you can entertain one of your lady friends.
Lady, what are you talking about, lady? There's no lady friends. This is business.
What business?
Well, I can't tell you, not at the moment. I would interest you anyway. Look, if I mend the pram, will you get the wine for me?
Ooh, blackmail now.
Oh, what do you want? I'll give you a kiss if you like.
You save it for your lady friend.
I told you, I don't have any lady friends. Only you. No, I'm sorry if I offended you. If I ask you nicely, will you get the wine?
If you ask me nicely.
Oh, it was a wonderful send-off. The Abbey was full to bursting, wasn't it? Everybody was there. Should have seen it, Sarah.
Well, asked.
Oh, them beautiful flowers. Oh, good, kind gentleman.
He was indeed, Mrs. Bridges. And a great statesman and leader, too. We could do with a few like him today.
Both their ladyships so calm and dignified. The rest of us sobbing our hearts out.
That was only to be expected, Rose. Fill up this bottle, will you? And take it up to Lady Southwold's room.
Why, Mr. Hudson? Why shouldn't they cry? It's only natural.
It may be natural to you, Sarah, but when a member of the nobility passes on, ordinary folk look to his family to set an example of conduct for their own lives.
Yeah, but why should they have to? We're all the same. We all come to dust in the end.
Come to dust, I like that, Sarah, coming from you.
Edward, I'll ask you to remember the solemnity of this day.
Can't help doing that, Mr. Hudson. Everything's so depressing.
Who sliced this cucumber?
I left it to Ruby. Mr. Hudson, I would have done it myself, naturally, if it hadn't been for the servant.
Edward, get Ruby in here at once, please. And fetch another cucumber.
Ruby?
Oh, thank you, Edward. Ruby, come over here, my girl. Mrs. Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. Hudson.
Now, Ruby, take a lesson from Mrs. Bridges on the correct way to slice a cucumber.
Now, Ruby, never cut a cucumber from the end. Always start in the centre, so. Then peel it very, very thinly, so.
There now, Ruby. That's how it should be.
Yes, Mr. Hudson.
Edward, take this up to the dining room, will you?
Yes, Mr. Hudson?
What you up to, Sarah? Rose?
Can I help you, Miss Roberts? No. Is there something you require of Lady Southwold?
Oh, nothing, thank you.
Then what are you doing outside her room?
Nothing. I happened to be passing and noticed the door open.
Noticed the door was open. Then why didn't you shut it?
I was on the point of it.
You were not. You were praying.
I was doing no such thing.
If you'll pardon me, you were.
I was not, and I don't know what you're insinuating. I've as much right to be here as you have, Hodges. I live here, don't you?
Kindly do not refer to me as Hodges. I am Miss Hodges, Lady Southwell's companion.
Excuse me.
Is that for Lady Southwell?
Yes.
I'll take it.
I can manage
Give
it.
it to me.
Oh, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Watkins.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I'd have come down sooner.
That's all right. All the doors are open, so I just followed my nose. A busy sort of room, isn't it?
Aye. Well, not very tidy, you know, where I keep all my things. I will need a bit more space, really.
Quite. Glad to see you've taken our last meeting to heart.
Oh, yes.
Studying those new designs.
Aye. Well, of course, I still got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Well, we all have, haven't we?
Good. Well, then, shall we get down...
Not here, Mr. Donaldson. Upstairs a bit more comfortable for talking.
Up here?
Yes.
Good. Yes, just up there.
Whoa, Thomas. That's the last time I do that.
Thank you, Sarah.
Kindly don't refer to me as Hodges, says she. I am Miss Hodges, Lady Southwold's companion.
She said that. No, she can't have cared for that much.
She didn't.
Only dealings I've had with her have been acrimonious.
Oh.
Well, last night, when I prepared her
a lovely little baked custard for Lady Southwold. She comes down and says it's curdled.
You couldn't curdle an egg custard, Mrs. Bridges.
Trouble with her, Rose, is she don't know her place.
Oh, well, what is her place? No one seems to know. It's not down here with us.
Or it's not up there with them neither, though she thinks it is.
Sort of an in-between, really.
What I want to know is, Rose, why Lady Southwold should want a companion before his lordship passes on. I mean, in widowhood it's quite understandable, but before seems a bit suspicious to me.
In what way suspicious, Mrs. Bridges?
I don't know, Rose. If I did, it wouldn't be suspicious, would it?
Light runabouts, that's what we must go for, Watkins.
Yes, yes.
Cut down the costs and bring the motor car to the average man.
Is it the right vintage, Mr. Watkins?
Yes, thank you, Sarah. Go away.
I myself own a 7-horsepower Giant, for instance. I picked her up for a mere 150.
Would you like me to help you?
No, thank you. I can manage. Sorry, you were saying, Mr. Donaldson.
Well, of course, racing's the game we should be in, but the problem is the capital. I mean, I've got the contacts. Why, only last year I was over in Dieppe at that Delage with the Grand Prix de Vacherette.
Oh, yes, with a single-cylinder Dion Bouton engine.
Yes, that's right. She went at nearly 50 miles an hour. She was a real little fly.
But I offer you a glass of wine, Mr. Donaldson.
Oh, that's very civil of you, Watkins.
Is there anything else I can get you, Mr. Watkins? Some anchovy canopies or a little pâté de foie gras?
No, thank you, Sarah. That'll be all, thank you.
I'll be trotting along then, if you're sure.
Yes, quite sure. You trot along now.
Thank you, sir.
Does she go with the job?
Oh, Sarah? She's just a nursery maid.
Is she, by Jove? You seem to have things good here.
Oh, well, you know, yeah.
Comfort and security. I'm surprised you're even interested in my little schemes.
Well, you were good enough to approach me, Mr. Donaldson. And I was never one for security.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, eh?
What are you talking about, Rose? I've not seen too much of him. There's a spoke sticking out of one of the wheels in the pram, and I asked him to mend it. Didn't stay long. He's got a visitor.
Visitor? Who?
No, some man, some business.
Business? What business?
I don't know.
Here, roll that. You want to be careful, Sarah. He is not your type. I have told you that before.
I know he's flirty. Well, I'm a big girl now, Rose. I can look after myself. I'm not going to let Mr. Thomas Watkins take advantage of me.
You say that?
Will you leave off and stop nagging me?
She's been asleep for most of the afternoon, but she's awake now, I think.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Miss Hodges.
How are you feeling?
Better. I'm all right. What time is it?
About 4 o'clock.
Goodness. Too much sleep.
Needed it. Today was a great ordeal.
I didn't dream about him. Do you think he'd be hurt? I didn't dream of anything. Oh dear, yes, it was an ordeal. But it was nice of all those people to come, wasn't it? He had no idea how many people liked him.
Oh, but he did, Mother. I mean, what about all those letters he had during the last months? They were from all over the world.
He never lost his sense of humour. He used to ask me to read aloud to him from that awful biography written by that young man whose teeth were so bad. Oh, he'd say, is that how history will see me? Between ourselves, I don't think he found it very funny.
Wish I'd known him better.
Oh, my dear, he loved you so. You were always his favourite, much more than your brother Hugo. He had such lovely memories of the happy games you used to play together.
But I can't remember them. Wonder if he made them up. All those games he wished we'd played if only he'd had the time.
Darling, he wouldn't have done that.
No, of course not. I didn't mean that. Here's Miss Hodges with tea. Will you be getting up for dinner, Lady Southwold?
Of course.
There's no need to.
I must. Grief is a luxury one can't afford if one wants to carry on.
Which dress shall I lay out?
Well, I haven't much choice, have I? Unless I take to the purple. I won't do that. It might upset the servants. Oh, you choose, Hodges. And I want to wear my diamond brooch, the butterfly one that Lord Southwell gave me on our wedding anniversary. You remember the one, Marjorie?
Yes, it's lovely.
It'll come to you in time. He would have wanted there.
Are you sure you brought it, Lady Southwold? I don't remember seeing it.
Well, of course I brought it. I never travel without it. I saw it myself last night. Go and fetch it. Poor Hodges. I don't treat her very nicely.
Well, she seems devoted.
Oh, well, I wonder she sticks me. She's very useful at railway stations getting porters. And she plays a good game of rummy, but she's an awful snob and no conversation.
It's not here, Lady Southwell.
Oh, nonsense. Must be. Let me see. Oh, dear, the wrong glasses. Marjorie, you look.
No, Miss Hodges is right. It's not here.
Are you sure?
Was it too?
Did you look on the dressing table?
Yes, I looked.
Then it must have been taken.
Doesn't she keep the case locked?
I think she felt that there was no need, Mr. Bellamy. I think she felt secure here.
Has the room been thoroughly searched?
Yes, and I've talked to the staff at Southwold. They can't find it there. In any case, Lady Southwold is positive she saw the brooch here. Quite late last night.
But you didn't think she'd brought it, Miss Hodges.
I said I hadn't seen it, which is not quite the same thing, Mr. Bellamy.
Well, if she did see it last night, then it most likely would have been taken this morning when we were at the Abbey.
Well, you really think it's been taken?
It seems inconceivable it could be any of our servants. I suppose we must face the possibility.
Who was in the house this morning?
Well, Hudson, Mrs. Bridges and Rose came to the service, so that leaves Edward and Ruby, Sarah and Roberts.
Has Hudson been informed?
No, not yet.
Well, I'd better see him.
I take it that the police are to be informed.
No need for that yet, Miss Hodges. We can usually settle our own difficulties.
But surely...
And I don't think Lady Southwell would wish it either.
No, she's too upset even to think about it, and I'd better go up to her.
If I may have a word with you, Mr. Bellamy.
Well?
I didn't like to speak while Lady Marjorie is present, but I think I may be able to throw some light on this unfortunate affair.
Yes, Miss Hodges.
I saw Miss Roberts outside the bedroom just after we returned this morning. The door was open. She could have been coming out. She offered no adequate explanation when I asked her what her business was.
Couldn't she simply have been passing? Thank you, Miss Hodges.
I thought you should know.
Yes, thank you.
Well, if you want to know what I think Miss Hodges has taken it.
Miss Hodges?
Supercilious woman.
Well, she's the obvious one, isn't she? I mean, she's got every opportunity she wants, but she chose this morning to put the blame on one of us.
But she's a clergyman's daughter.
From Cromer. Is she, Rose? Who told you that?
God told her.
Edward.
Lady Marjorie told Miss Roberts.
So not we're all making such a fuss about. We don't even know if it's been pinched yet.
Come in, what's been pinched, Sarah?
Haven't you heard? There's a brooch stolen from Lady Southwold's bedroom.
Oh, is there?
And we're all under suspicion. Not all of us, Miss Roberts.
Some of us above suspicion, eh, Mrs. B?
What do you mean, not all of us, Mrs. Bridges? I'd like to know what you mean by that.
Mrs. Bridges means that some of us were at the memorial service this morning.
And some of us have spent 17 years in this house without a blot on their character.
But he's accusing you, Miss Roberts.
Just a few discreet questions, Hudson, not a full-scale investigation. I don't want alarm and despondency. Do you think you can handle that?
I'll do my best, sir.
Well, if nothing comes to light, we shall have to call the police. Only to appease the ladies. But that must be a last resort. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on, Hudson. Don't take it so personally.
I'm sorry, sir, but when a member of the staff is openly accused of theft...
Nobody was openly accused of anything. Miss Hodges was simply trying to assist.
Was she, sir?
What do you mean? Has there been trouble between Miss Hodges and the staff?
Not trouble, no, sir, but there is a certain feeling which may have been the cause of...
Well, that's for you to discover.
Very good, sir.
And Hudson, I want to be kept fully informed of all developments.
Yes, sir.
Oh, can't you put it together again, Thomas? Thought it would have been easy with all your mechanical skills.
Aye, well, don't you worry about me, love. Just get me a beer, will you? You're from the bench over there.
Hope your business friend don't drop by. Won't be very impressed, will he? Not if you can mend his motor cars for him.
Who said that's what I was going to do?
Whoa, that's what you was discussing, weren't you?
Sharp little ears you got, haven't you, eh?
Ouch!
Yes, I've always noticed your sharp little ears.
There's no need to get personal, Thomas.
Isn't it? Well, that's what you're doing, isn't it? Getting into my personal affairs.
When one is used, Thomas, as you have used me, one's got a bloody right to know.
Used you? Well, I don't know what you mean.
I mean the wine.
Oh, that.
Oh, that, yeah. One easy, you know. Nearly got caught. If I had been, I'd been branded as a thief. They might have thought I took a brooch. Here, think of that.
You've been in his pantry a long time. What's he writing in there? Does he still want to see us, Rose?
That's what he said, didn't he?
Well, I'm not staying up all night waiting on his time.
He thinks he's Sherlock Holmes to be playing his violin next.
You're familiar with the works of Sir Arthur Edward?
Sir Arthur Edward?
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes. You've graduated from Penny Dreadfuls to the Strand magazine, have you?
No, Mr. Hudson.
Then I advise you to stop making references to things you're ignorant of, my boy. Come in here with me. I won't keep you waiting long, Miss Roberts. Now, don't be frightened, Edward. I just want you to tell me, quite simply, what you did while we were at the Abbey this morning.
Well, I did, Mr. Hudson. Well, nothing honest.
You did nothing, but didn't you go about your duties?
Oh, yes. Oh, I did those. I did my duties.
Were you on your own for any of the time?
Some of it, yes.
Upstairs?
Yes. But I never went near Lady Southwold's bedroom. I had no need to go near it.
Did you know of anyone who did go near it for any reason? Now think hard now, Edward.
Well, Rose? Well, I mean, she would have to earlier to make the beds.
But apart from Rose, no one?
No, Mr. Hudson. I was down here most of the time with Sarah.
Sarah?
Yeah. She was teaching Ruby to read with those coloured bricks, you know, the one with letters on. Oh, she went up and brought them from the nursery.
Oh, there you are, Sarah. Mr. Hudson wants to see you.
Hey, Rose, what about?
What do you think it's about?
Sorry, was...
Oh, hello, Mr. Johnson. I was expecting you.
Hello, Sarah, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Watkins is apt to pop out for a few moments. He shouldn't be long. Can I offer you a little drop of wine?
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, Watkins, come in. Now then, what's all this about a visitor?
A visitor, sir?
Yes, man, come on now, don't waste my time. Hudson says this fellow's been coming to see you. Now, who is he?
Was that just a friend, sir?
A friend. Oh, what do you mean? What sort of friend?
He's just a friend.
Watkins, a very valuable brooch has been stolen from this house.
Yes, I know that,
A
sir.
suspicious character is seen to visit you. You won't say who he is.
Oh, I'm beginning to understand, sir. You think me and Miss Roberts are in league together? She steals the brooch, gives it to me, and I get rid of it through one of my underworld connections. Yes, well, that's a plausible theory, sir.
Don't be so damned impertinent. Watkins, I am giving you every chance.
Yes, and that's just what I don't like. If you'll forgive my saying so, sir. A feeling of a need to justify myself when I consider there's no cause. Now, I haven't been here long like some, I know that, but I think I done some good service, sir. Handled a few difficult situations. Earned myself a bit of credit. But if you don't think so, sir, I think the best thing for all concerned is for me to hand in my resignation.
No, Watkins, don't be so sensitive. I've no complaints about your work or your conduct. But in cases like this, we have to explore all avenues.
The man in question is called Donaldson, sir, son of Mr. Donaldson, proprietor of the garage, who I believe is known personally to you.
Young Archie?
We share an interest in the latest type of motor car, sir. His integrity is not in question, is it, sir?
What exactly do you mean, Mr. Donaldson?
Oh, I think I've made myself quite clear, haven't I?
But you led him to understand that you was going to offer him something.
Well, yes, it is an offer, subject to negotiation.
My lady,
Yes, Hudson?
there's a gentleman from Cartier's to see you.
From Cartier's?
Forgive my intrusion, my lady, but your husband came to see us this morning about a diamond brooch belonging to your mother, Lady Southwold.
Yes.
He said it was missing, possibly stolen, and he was inquiring about the insurance.
Yes, is there some problem?
About the insurance? No.
Watkins, we shall meet the merchant this evening.
Very good, sir.
Richard, someone's left my card shares about the brooch.
Oh, well,
Come in, come in.
I have it here, sir. Lady Southwell left it with us to have a stone reset. That's why we were puzzled by your inquiry, sir. She left it about a week ago. It was, in fact, ready yesterday, but we decided not to deliver it in view of Lord Southwell's memorial service.
Thank you very much.
She must have forgotten, I expect, what with her sad bereavement.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Well, Mr. Hudson. It's not the first time you've had it in for me. Lucky for you, I'm a forgiving man, isn't it?
You will, you
Oh, no, you won't. I won't let you. I love him. I love...
Hello, Thomas.
Let go of
The puppy would let go! She's only the servant girl, isn't she? Fair game. Well, I must be on my way. I have another appointment, I'm afraid. You shouldn't have kept me waiting, you know.
Honestly, Rose, he was a brute. He had me pinned down on Thomas's own bed. He had me frock half off, and
It's any torn bits.
No, well, I mended it. And then Thomas come in, and I have never before seen such a look on any man's face. It was plain cold fury.
Why?
Why? Why, Rose?
Why plain cold fury?
Because he respects me.
Who?
He does, Rose. He respects me, and he saw that my honour was in danger from his brutish business partner.
What about his business? Don't suppose he'll be leaving now?
No, not this time. But one day, Rose,